Townsville's 102.3 Triple M. Afternoon from Minty. Weekend is close at hand. Sunday, of course, is Remembrance Day. Sunday also, a book launch, To Cancer with Love, Diary of a Doctor's Unconventional Wife by Taryn Claire Lanou, and she's in the studio with us this afternoon. G'day, welcome.
Thank you.
How exciting. This book is, well, it's your journey. It's almost 2 years since you were diagnosed with a form of breast cancer. I guess you never realised that A, that would happen to you, and B, that you'd write a book about it. How did this book come from your diagnosis?
Well, initially when you're diagnosed, you don't actually, you have to go and give a lot of people all your story.
Yeah, sure.
And each time you tell your story, it's traumatizing. And you don't necessarily want to repeat yourself over and over again. So I ended up putting a Facebook group together, and I put all my family and friends in the Facebook group. And that way, I didn't have just one person thinking that they were special because they got told first. And after a little while, people started saying, oh, look, my girlfriend's been diagnosed or my mother's been diagnosed. Can I please add them to your group? And soon the group started to grow, and it's now sitting at about 565 people.
Wow, goodness.
And so documenting everything that happened along the way, and then people started saying, you know what, you should really write a book, so that I can actually physically hand a copy over this to other people who don't belong to your group.
And there's so much information here. There's a couple of things I want to pull out of it. First and foremost, I think for most women, the whole idea is that you check yourself regularly for a lump in your breast. You didn't have a lump in your breast.
Well, there are other cancers that don't present as a lump.
Okay.
So mine is invasive lobular carcinoma. So what that does is...
They're bloody horrible names, aren't they?
It's very
Awful,
charming.
yeah.
So it presents as a spider's web. It doesn't have the glue that holds the cancer cells together. So you're not necessarily looking for a lump, you're looking more for thickening of the breast.
Yeah, okay. So there's different ways. Were you somebody that was checking on a regular basis?
Look, this is the bit where I have to own up that Beloved is a GP, and I was being a bit lazy thinking I would outsource to him. And I guess, you know, this is the opportunity to say to women, you know, we need to take personal responsibility for our own bodies. So I was sort of being a little bit lazy, you know, not doing it as regularly as, you know, monthly.
Now, one of the things I found very interesting from chatting to you a few moments ago, you said one of the things you found was that you had enough fear when you were diagnosed. You didn't need the fear of others. Did you find that everyone sort of had that sort of feeling and sentiment once they found out that you'd been diagnosed with breast cancer?
Oh, look, absolutely. As soon as you get diagnosed, people immediately jump to the conclusion, well, are you going to die? And even if they don't say it to you, their sentiment betrays them.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would just sort of say to people, you know,